Oops. Hey, namaste, beautiful ones. Hello, hello, hello. Still getting set up. I hit the button and then I'm like, wait. Oh my goodness. How are you? This is my Sunday live. I have been going live on Sundays for the past few months, I would say. It's summer as I'm filming this. It is really hot. I'm probably not going to stay on super, super long for that reason because it is like 90 something degrees and I have an overhead fan on, but welcome. Hey, namaste. So namaste means the divine within me, honors the divine within you, honors that within you. Of course, there are many other greetings, but that's the one I do. So welcome, goddesses. So my channel, for those of you who are new, is for women who are high vibration, are wanting to live their dreams despite depression or anxiety, perhaps, maybe healing from that. And they're generally in a good place, because I don't really deal with like super like hardcore depression issues, but it may be, something you've dealt with in the past, or anxiety, things like that. But you're really wanting to live your dreams, like that's the direction I want the channel to go in. And so welcome if you're just joining me. So I'm sitting by my window and I'm just trying to set it up really well. So, hey, hello, DM. Hi, Catherine. I am well. I'm well today. It's been, for me, I really have to regulate how much news I can take in. Give me a yes or a comment in the full chat if you're watching the recording. I have to really limit my media consumption because it is so, it can feel disheartening. So I'm going to jump right in though and say hello as you join. Hello. Today, let me see what was my exact title. Because guys, I make up my title and then I'm like, wait, what did I call this live? So I'm just looking at my other tabs right now. Okay, I think it's low libido normal. And I mean in women, I'm specifically talking about. So that is our question. And then I'll take questions generally on anything, chakras, natural health overall. And if it's out of my sphere, I will let you know. Okay, I'm not going to, if something is not in my sphere of knowledge, I will hopefully send you to somewhere where you can get the information. So yeah, how are you guys doing? If you're watching the recording, skip ahead maybe 1 or 2 minutes, because I usually greet folks as they come in on the live. Okay, so hi Bevelyn, good to see you. Sun-kissed Kuri, hello. And I'm going to put up some comments here. Yeah, so I usually will go live around this time, you guys. I say between 2 and 5, somewhere in that span. And that allows me, if something fun is going on, to finish that up or do it later, whatever. Somewhere between 2 to 4, 2 to 5 on Sundays. So, yeah, and I will take your questions. They don't have to be about libido or anything specific, all right? But that's what I'm going to lead off with. Let's see. Catherine says, I'm in hermit mode. Yeah, I might have. See, sometimes I'm just free-flowing information. I'm in hermit mode big time as well. I just wanted to jump on and say thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Catherine. Thank you. I am doing really well, and I'm hoping you're doing well too. And summer is an unusual time to be in hermit mode. But that said, as women, we really need to listen to our intuition. So if that's what you're feeling, I mean, it may be one day of hermitude. I like to call it hermitude. Whoops, and something just blew off the line because apparently a storm's a coming. Oh my gosh. Wow, you guys. This is so funny, right? I'm live and now my CO detector or something is going off and the wind is picked up like crazy. Okay, because my electricity, I think it glitched. You guys. Okay, all right. We're going to go on. We're going to try to go on. Hold on. Let me go unplug something because I think I just had like a brief power outage, and it's like making my electronics a little wonky. So get your questions ready. I am going to talk about is low libido normal, and the times that it is, because there are times that that is. Did the beeping stop? As my mother would say, lot of mercy. And she'd add a curse word, but we won't. Okay, so when is when is low libido normal? Yeah, I'm watching my clothes like blow off the line. The two pieces I had out there anyway. The first time of our life, goddess, where low libido is perfectly normal and natural is after pregnancy. It is normal to have lower libido after giving birth. Okay, thank you for stopping beeping. After giving birth, and that's because in terms of holistic understanding, your body has been through a huge like production, right? Making a baby, right? Growing it. And so typically after birth, we're a little bit depleted. Okay. So listen, even if you don't plan on having kids or you're past that time, just so you know this information. So it's common to have a lower libido. It's expected. It's natural. Your body is also conserving what energy it has to nourish the baby and so on, plus having done that huge production of making the baby. So after pregnancy, it's normal to have lower libido. Okay. That's one time in life. So maybe, if you can share that, if you are a wise woman. Percy's heading over right now. Apparently he just jumped down from where he was perched. Percival? Percy? Oh, wow. See, he knows his name. Hopefully you guys heard that. So that is the time you can share maybe with younger folks or nieces if they're sort of worried. So it's normal after pregnancy. Percy, you want to come up? You want to come up here? Okay. The other time is if you are ill or in recovery from an illness. So, if you've had say you have COVID, like someone in my life right now is recovering from COVID. So say you had COVID or any illness, it's normal for your libido to be lower. And I'll explain why that is in a moment. So, and then the final normal to have low libido is if you've had any trauma, goddess. So obviously any kind of trauma, physical trauma, emotional trauma, your libido will tend to be lower, again, depending on how serious the trauma was, what it is. Even moving can be traumatic, right? Death of a loved one, whatever, various ways we can be traumatized in this world. I think you guys heard that. I decided to go live and all hell breaks loose. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's just so funny. I don't know what that was. It sounded like a ladder falling down or something metal outside, like falling over. So anyway, those are the times when it's normal for a woman to have low libido. So other than that, our libido is a reflection of our overall health. And so in holistic thought, even as you get older, libido will go down. I've been sharing this. That's normal. That's natural. But it shouldn't be non-existent. Okay. And this is something I feel like for women, we don't talk about very much. Maybe you talk with your doctor, but it's something that's just not discussed a lot. So unless you've, had a recent pregnancy, you're ill and recovering, or you've gone through some trauma, you should have your normal level of libido. Okay. So if you have questions, ask them now. I'm going to pause as I continue to watch my towel fell off the line and the trees are blowing, and now thunder's about to start. So we might get cut off. So if you have a question, ask it now. It doesn't have to be about libido. It could be about chakras, meridians, which I want to just share with you a little bit about that as well. So what is that related to and how can we work with it? What's the solution? So one way to work with this, of course, is herbs, acupuncture, which I always highly recommend to any of you. And again, this may not be for you now, but you want to know this, maybe you can share with family members. Another way to work with it that I teach in my course, Sexual Energy Alchemy, is Meridian massage, where basically, like acupuncture, you basically work on pressure points, but we basically massage the entire meridian. And so, for example, a woman who has given birth, the stomach spleen meridian may be weakened. The energy that nourishes that organ, that if you went to an acupuncturist, they'd stick a needle in, right, in various places, to help you heal. You can do it yourself by massaging these various points. And so that's something that I teach in my program, which I invite you to check out. And it can be found at my website, which is intheflowofmagic.com. Let me put that there. And yeah, go ahead and ask any questions. It can be on any topic, as I said. Does not have to be about this. Hold on, let me just put up, what my website is. Another time, as I said, as we get older, libido can go down, but there, again, working with the meridians, you can improve your libido by working with the meridians. We would work specifically with the kidney meridian in that case, especially with getting older. We would work with the kidney meridian specifically because the kidneys are like our little batteries, like I've been really educating you guys about. And so if that energy is low, that's when we will tend to have lower libido. Let me go back to comments. And yeah, the humidity is really kicking up here. And I think it's about to rain. So yeah, just rising heat. So let me just put up some of your comments. I'm glad you caught me live as well. And the MRK. Yep, giving you time to ask questions. So other than that, so libido is tied with your health. So if your libido is low, it is indicating that your body doesn't have like the excess, it would be called, because your libido literally doesn't have to do with your survival, right? It has to do with the survival of the species, but not your survival. So if your body just has a certain amount of energy, your libido will be low because, as I was saying, I think in another recent video, it is like extra. It's sort of on top of, like, it's your survival is what your body first cares about, right? And it nourishes organs according to their importance and to keeping you alive. So if your libido is low, your body's kind of like giving all its attention to more survival. So also stress. Actually, I can't believe I didn't mention that. Of course, if you're under a lot of stress, so post-pregnancy, you're ill or recovering, you've gone through some sort of trauma, or you're under a lot of stress, then of course, libido is going to be low. And so that's also sort of normal to be expected. So let me just go, and I'm going to look at some of your questions. Again, feel free to ask any question, spirituality, meditation. I am just focused on this now because I realized that I was just seeing and being told by spirit that a lot of us do have reproductive issues. And so that's why I created my course, to give a holistic way to help. For those of you, for example, who have difficult periods, that's also saying something is not right. Okay. It's not normal to have really difficult periods. And I've been through that, as most of you guys know. So I want to encourage you also to check out my program, because it will help with, I would say within 3 months, you would see a difference in your period, in how painful it is, in how debilitated you feel if you do the meridian work that I teach in my course in Sexual Energy Alchemy. I would say it would take about 3 months. Again, that depends on how healthy you are. So if you're very unhealthy, if your diet is unhealthy, obviously with any holistic method, it's harder to have healing happen if your lifestyle is unhealthy. And that's really something I want to put out there to many of you. I know many of you are very health conscious. If you watch my channel, many of you are, but I also get quite a few younger women who I feel like are not so aware of a healthier lifestyle for whatever reason. So having difficult periods is part of that spectrum of our, of a woman's reproductive life. And so if you're in that stage where you are having your menstrual cycle, but it's very difficult, my course can also help by teaching you self-massage of the meridians, and not just the points, but how to work with the entire meridian, and also lifestyle changes. Like I go into things like how to get yourself in balance with the circadian rhythm, like just basic things you can do so that you are in the sun moon cycle, like that is balanced, if that makes sense. So that you're basically in balance with the earth. A lot of it is when we as women lose our cycle when we're out of cycle, right? I just made that up. When we're not in rhythm with the planet, with the sun and moon cycles, we get imbalanced because we're a small part of that greater system of balance. So that's really important. And I go into that in Sexual Energy Alchemy. So if there are any questions about anything related to meditation, mindfulness, chakras, anything at all that you've seen me cover on my channel, then now's a good time to ask. It's raining now, so it's funny, it actually feels cooler. Do you guys ever experience it like build up or right at the beginning of a storm? Like it was kind of like this furious energy. And like you heard I'll plug in alarms going off and things were falling. And now it's more like this kind of gentle rain, like a very sort of sweet rain. And we've been very dry here. You guys, let me know, how is the weather where you are? Are you going through this like heat wave? Have you had a heat wave? Let me know. How does the divine feminine relate with the root and sacral chakras? Well, that's a great question. I'd like you to also even be more specific. If there's something even more specific, I feel like you may be wanting to ask. The root chakra it depends, and also what you mean by the divine feminine. So the Kundalini energy is seen as a feminine energy. It's referred to as a feminine energy, as a goddess, and it is said to be coiled 3.5 times at the base, at the root chakra. And it's from there that this energy, the Kundalini energy, goes up the chakras. So that is a major connection, Catherine, between the divine feminine and the root and all the chakras. Now, the sacral chakra, because it relates to our womb space, right? And in a lot of ways, our creative energy, certainly life creation, that is there. Wisdom, tapping into wisdom often is linked with that, with the sacral chakra. And so this Kundalini, which resides at the base, goes through and activates and energizes each chakra as it rises up. So, Catherine, I haven't connected with you in a while. I'm trying to remember if this was part of I know you were going through a process and a lot of growth. And so probably that question comes from that place. Hi, if you're just joining, watch from the beginning. I'm not going to repeat, but I talked about when it's normal to have low libido. And I gave actually 4 times in a woman's life, then they can reoccur. But I named 4 times. So watch from the beginning. But right now, if you're catching me right now, we really are still live. Yes. Okay, great, good. I'm seeing another question, very serious. A collapsed solar plexus. So how do you know that your solar plexus chakra is collapsed? Tell me, are you seeing signs like, are you having on the physical level digestive issues, bloating, gas, simple, different illnesses that relate to digestion on the physical level? Are you finding that you have very few boundaries and you're depressed, self-esteem is low, which would be more emotional, psycho-spiritual signs of a collapsed solar plexus chakra? Let me know why you think it's collapsed, and I can be even more specific. While you're probably typing, Goddess, I would also say I have videos on how to strengthen. The primary way is to meditate on the particular chakras using the Bija mantra. That is the classical way to strengthen them. There are specific sounds that go with each chakra. So for the solar plexus, it's rum, rum, like RAM, but the middle sound, the vowel sound is kind of rounded, and you would focus there. And I have videos on that. You just need to go to my homepage and you will see, I have all the chakras broken down, like root chakra, first, second, third, I have them broken down. So you could look at that playlist. Yeah, let's see. And so yes, P, tell me why you think you have a collapsed solar plexus, specifically from like the things I mentioned, or are you having other signs of that? Let me know, and I'll say more with regards to your question, because it was a great question. Yeah, is it depression? Is it bullying, where we just don't have strong self-esteem and don't have strong boundaries? That's also a sign of issues with that chakra. I'm going to go on while I wait for P to put more about that. So as I said, P, definitely do the meditations that I have under the solar plexus chakra, under the third chakra. So, and Catherine, thanks for your question. And I have another great question here. And now the rain has stopped and the sun looks like it wants to come out. Okay, very dramatic day here. Let's see. FYLA. How can we judge our libido being healthy in general? Okay, that's a good question. How can we judge our libido being healthy in general versus libido around a partner? Do you mean, how do you... Yeah, actually, can you clarify that question? I mean, I know what you're saying in general versus, like if you don't have a partner, then should your libido be lower? Like, clarify that. Make it longer, make a longer question. I get the area that you're talking about. Like, you're sort of like, what is the normal if you have a partner versus what is normal if you're alone, if you're single, but be specific on the question. I mean, you're definitely setting up a comparison. Yeah, be more specific in your question. I definitely get that you're asking with partner, without partner, like kind of what's normal, but be more specific on that. And let me keep going through. So P, yeah, thanks for writing back. I appreciate that. So it's more on the emotional, psychospiritual. I'm definitely in the midst of processing past trauma. Yes, yes. See, and I didn't know that, but that's one of the things that I mentioned. Exactly. So Goddess, it's really amazing. The chakras govern like different areas of life, right? And I'm seeing like this, almost like these big circles around us at these different levels. And so at that third chakra, at that gut level, your gut, right? We talk about your gut instincts, like, oh, I didn't like him right away. I got a bad feeling, right? Your gut instincts are like, tell you this person's dangerous, right? Or don't trust them, or, and so sometimes our gut can be off. So I'm not saying always trust them, because you first have to get in a place where past trauma may make you too open. It may make you too cautious, as we know, right? Where somebody closes themselves off because they've been sexually abused, emotionally abused, or both. So definitely, yeah, boundary issues. I would definitely say third chakra. Yeah, so you're in the midst of processing past trauma. Journaling is really helpful. You can book a single session with me. We can talk about, in your case, specific things you could do. We could go through the meditation. Like, I can take you through the meditation that is free on my channel. Like I said, look up third chakra, solar plexus, and you could just do it on your own. But if you want more personalized, I could also lead you through it. And we could talk about things you could do to strengthen that. I also have a video, Goddess, on, it's just for everyone. It's a really good video series I did. It was 3 parts: grounding, centering, and shielding. So how to ground yourself so you just come off stronger, right? Like, some people, you just don't mess with them. You see them and you're like, I'm just going to step back, right? Male or female, whatever, right? So I have a series on grounding, centering, and shielding. So if you search on my channel, which you can do on any YouTube channel, you'll see the little spyglass. You type in there like shielding or grounding, and you'll see the series, because it sounds like you need more of that. You need like a sense of a boundary around you so that folks I know it was past, but you don't want people to also in the present moment, goddess, take advantage of you. So that's a great question. Like I said, you could just book a session with me, a paid session where I will coach you on this. If you have questions in general about coaching, then you can book a 20-minute, like where we can see if I, you know, how I could help you. But that's not a coaching session. That's where if you have questions about how I would work or whatever, you can do that. Okay. Great question though. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the main thing, move away from people who are abusive now. And I'm sure you're doing that. How can libido be normal when you're alone, single? Yes. Oh, you can still obviously have a libido. In fact, that's you can still tell. Like if you have no libido, like I'm single. If you have no libido, even single, then yeah, something is up. Something is up with that because your body isn't just like, oh, well, she's alone, so she's not going to have any libido, or he's alone. Like, yeah, being alone, you can still be aware that you have, sexual feelings, desire, all of that. You could still have that. So that's the first part. Single, second question, how can we judge our libido being normal? Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Of course. Yeah. Like sometimes you have like powerful chemistry with someone. Uh, recently I was spending time with someone, didn't have great chemistry. Again, yeah, it's comparative. That's a great question. It's comparative. Yeah. You might have like amazing chemistry and a stronger libido with one person versus another. Yeah, absolutely. That's completely natural. But it sounds like what I'm getting for you, goddess, and maybe those watching this touches on a great question. We as women, and so thank you for asking this, we need to be in tune with our libido, regardless, or as people say, irregardless, which I don't think is a real word, irregardless of who we're with or not with, right? So what's normal for you? Because some people do have lower libido, right? Some people do, and some people are here, some people are here. So yeah, that's a great question. And it makes me think of you tuning into what is your natural level of libido. Yeah, of desire. Yeah, because obviously there's tools and all sorts of things that even if you're alone, you might still have a high libido. And so I don't think being alone or partnered is necessarily the key difference. But there definitely, of course, less excitement. Some people, more excitement, boring, better, fabulous. So yeah, that can vary depending who you're with, for sure. But that to me is chemistry. So that's a great question. That's a great question. Yeah, check out the chakra playlist. Yeah, oh, you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. And like I said, if this is something you're seriously working on, and if you have the funds, then, get a session with me. It's pretty reasonable. And we can talk about you specifically. So that's for anyone watching, of course. Thanks if you're just joining. Let's see. Let me look for some other questions. Those are great questions, actually. So yeah, we have to figure out what's our normal libido. Because definitely, as I said, for women, this is absolutely true. Any wise women out there want to chime in. Your libido will tend to go down as you get older. Sorry. Sorry, you young ones. That is, I don't know what that was that fell and Percival is not the cause because he's sitting quietly on the cool tile. So he did not throw something off a table like cats do. Oh, good. I recommend that series. It was very helpful for me. Thank you, Catherine. So one of my chakra series. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see, Marissa. Hi, Marissa. Let's see what Marissa says. I'm 2 years out of it emotionally. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's a great question. Well, my first honest response is the fact that you said you are trying to keep your heart open means that there was, like all the chakras, right? I tell people, it's not like this solid block. It's not like a thing. Like you're like, oh, that's my chakra. It's more like a sea anemone. What are those called? Or like a little squid, like it opens, closes, so I would say do some heart chakra work. Do some heart chakra work, Marissa. That's a great question. So focus at the heart chakra. get quiet time and do my video. I'm pretty sure I have on the heart chakra. You guys, to be really honest, I know I slowed down as I got to the higher chakras because you all were interested in like root and sacral. So yes, I think for like third eye, I have like 1 or 2 videos. I don't even remember. I should check that. I will work on that. But do some heart chakra work, like literally tune in. You could even like put your hand over your heart and do some meditation. And the bija mantra for the heart chakra is yum, yum, Y-A-M. Do a meditation with that. Again, check my channel. And also journal. So Marissa, yeah, it was a marriage. It was abusive. I would do some journaling about it. Like ask yourself questions like, ask spirit, ask your higher self, what can I do to heal? And you will get answers. Also, I would try to analyze why. This is shadow work. Why did I stay in this abusive relationship? And try to find out, Marissa, what I'm getting for you is it might have mirrored a relationship you had as a child. This is very common. This is not even intuitive. We're often repeating relationships that we had. Okay. I've seen it. I see it more and more as I get older. I literally can like, oh, that's a pattern. So Marissa, think back to yourself. When did I have a relationship similar to this abusive? Did you grow up in an abusive home, or did you have an uncle that was abusive, or did you have a father that was abusive? Where did you see or go through this similar to the marriage? So that way you can clear it. You can just like clear it out of your system by processing. So that's my advice. And let me know in the chat. I'm really curious, even from me just asking you like right now, when have you had something similar to the abusive marriage that you can remember, if you can remember? That's a great question. And congratulations also on that's because that means you've done a lot of healing, that you've met this amazing, caring man. You've done a lot of healing on yourself. So that's really wonderful. I'm really happy for you. Well, yeah, age, it just does, goddess, because as we get older, I mean, this is not mystical at all. As we get older, we have less energy. Compare the energy of a 3-year-old or a 10-year-old, healthy, I'm saying healthy 3 or 10-year-old, to that of an 80-year-old. The energy, right? You know, if you have kids and you're running after them and you're like, oh my God, their little motor is like this. It's like, right? So we have less energy. So if you have less energy overall, it's like a cup. The cup, it has a little bit less energy. So there's less left over for libido. As I keep saying, libido, think of your libido as like icing on the cake. The cake is the rest of your life, right? Keeping you going, keeping your brain, your heart, everything functioning. The libido is like when things are really good and it's like the frosting. Your body's like, oh, things are good. We have extra energy for that. We have extra energy. So that's the way to think of it. So age, like that's why it goes down, because it's like your store of energy does decrease. It just does. And that is natural. With holistic methods, you can keep it going longer, right? But, you can age. I mean, you guys, I just saw this. She's 70-year-old woman, 70-year-old. And if you like, they didn't close up on her face, but I mean, she from her body looked like she was like 40 and a fit 40, and she was 70. So you can age well. A lot of it is how you care for yourself. I know a lot of us don't want to hear that. Of course, there's heredity. I understand that. There's accidents happen. Of course, car accident, but a lot of it is lifestyle. I'm just saying it's lifestyle. It's lifestyle. Stress is part of our lifestyle. And that's what I really also want to put across, that we, especially Black women, we have to really get our stress under control, because nobody's coming to save us. Okay. Nobody's coming to save us in terms of dealing with the incredible stresses we're under. So we have to do our own self-care, research, lifestyle. Okay. Let me go on. Oh, Marissa. Yes. So Marissa says, thank you so much. That was so on point. My mother and my grandmother were both abuse survivors. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's really basic. It's basic. I like that word basic because you saw it, Marissa. You saw it in your life, and your little like child mind is like, that was normal. These were the women you loved, who you admired, who you had to pattern yourself. So you saw them going through this, and you're growing up, your inner child is still within you. You're a grown woman, and then you're like, oh, this is how relationships are. This is how women are treated. This is like psychotherapy. Like they spend years to get to it, but that's really what it is. Yeah, you saw that pattern. You saw that pattern. So don't blame yourself. Once you have that awareness, then you've got to do the kind of emotional healing, goddess. Yeah. Yeah, they were both abuse survivors. They took a lot of their trauma. Journal on it. I recommend therapy for everyone. Everyone needs therapy. A good therapist can be so helpful. So I'm glad I was helpful. Thank you. That makes me feel good. Yes, the grounding shielding. Yes, Catherine. Because I'm remembering some of the stuff you've been through. So yes, I could see you needing the grounding, the shielding, because sometimes roommates, those in our sphere, can be toxic. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, more questions. So some great questions. Great questions came through. Let me see. I want some libido. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I want some libido. Okay. Yeah, if it's low, and honestly, a lot of it is now. Okay, so the rain has stopped, you guys. It's beautiful outside. Little overcast, but sun's out. Little birds are in the trees right outside my window. So that's why I was like, I think I have ADD, which apparently everybody does. So, or ADHD. But I've managed. So let's see, libido. Lifestyle. Cut out crappy food as best you can. Improve the quality of your food, improve the quality of your sleep, and exercise. Exercise has a huge point to do with our brain health. I'm going to be talking about dementia soon because it's just been coming up a lot in my life. And let me know with a yes, are you interested at all in brain health and dementia? Okay, and Percy's still okay. He's sitting over there. Let me know if you're interested in that and just keeping our brain healthy. But one of the key things, just as with libido, is exercise. That blood circulation has to keeping our brain healthy, keeping your organs healthy, your liver, your spleen, pancreas, all of that, the muscles, the blood flow. Like for arousal, you need blood flow. If you have bad circulation, if you have what's the other word, inflammation, right, and your circulation is poor, absolutely, especially with men, like poor circulation in terms of their libido and their actual sort of sexual performance. I don't like that word performance, but you know what I mean. Circulation. So if you want some libido, exercise, improve your quality of food, and let me know, like give me more specifics, like what you're going through, Glass Moon. Let me see. Yeah, Marissa, you're welcome. Oh, did you? Okay, yeah, I can't read. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with everything in the chat. But yeah, you're in hermit mode. Yeah, yep. Hi, Sunkiss Curie. Are you still here? Do you have a question? I answered a question for P, FYLA. Let's see. Yep, Marissa. Yes. Any questions, guys? Questions? Yeah, I love that. I want some libido. Because the spelling is a little, but it's cute. I mean, libido makes me think of Labrador retrievers, LAB. Let's see. So it takes a moment for comments from YouTube to come over to, I'm in StreamYard, which you can see in the upper corner of my screen. It's an app that I'm using. So there's a delay. When you ask a question, it doesn't show it immediately. So yeah, in terms of the chakras, for our reproductive health, of course, sacral chakra, but they all play a part. They all play a part because, again, the chakras are not separate like from each other. They're all sort of interweaving. You guys have seen that beautiful, a lot of the imagery where you see this like that. So one affects the other. So your sacral chakra is the one that most has to do with your desire, libido, in terms of the chakra energy system. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people are correlating. I am not really convinced, to be really honest with you. I mean, I could just be like, yeah, they do. I I don't think that's sort of an ancient knowledge about the colors of foods specifically charting with the chakra colors. And the reason I say that, I'm just going to call you A instead of FYLA. Um, the modern the chakras are given different colors in ancient systems that do not correlate with this sort of rainbow system that we're doing now. I think, to be really honest with you, people want to share information and they want to sort of innovate and like, oh, well, just eat orange colored foods. That would be, I mean, it's not going to hurt, especially if they're healthy foods, right? They're not like those chips that are dipped in like that orange food coloring, like maybe oranges or whatever. I wouldn't think that would be the most effective way, is what I'm saying. So yeah, pelvic exercises, yoga. Yeah, and I do that in my course. If you're seriously interested, check it out on my website, the Sexual Energy Alchemy course. But yeah, pelvic exercises. Um, Absolutely. Absolutely. And yoga, absolutely, for health and especially for women, and especially if you're healing any trauma around there. It's possible to tighten the pelvic muscles too much. If you've had trauma, that's actually quite common. So I'm glad you brought that up. You can actually have overly tight pelvic muscles. And so, yes, if you mean to work with being able to relax and release them. Like, I have free on my channel a womb meditation that you might like, check it out, that has very much to do with relaxing the whole area. So for a lot of us, like if you have trouble having an orgasm or feeling desire, a lot of times that there could be tension in the whole womb area. So yeah, be aware that you can actually, because we keep thinking maybe we have to make it stronger, but you can also have too much tightness. So yeah, that was a great question. Yeah, orange foods. I wouldn't particularly, think that's going to make a huge impact. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Catherine, it does. Yeah, sometimes I do apologize. No, I remembered you right away. But because people sometimes have different screen names and just talking to different people and doing readings for different people. Yeah, sometimes I won't. I also tell clients, I put stuff out of my mind so I don't have all this stuff on my brain, which I'm sure you understand. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think your Kundalini is active. Absolutely. That's something maybe I should make a video about the fact that you can work on the chakras, but if the Kundalini itself isn't active, not much happens. And you don't want to activate the Kundalini forcefully because it can bring negative repercussions. But I think your Kundalini is active just from, working with you. Solar, sacral, and root are with a really active solar, and sacral and root are collapsed. Well, yeah, do more meditation focused on those areas is what I would do. And I have, like I said, some free ones on my channel. And if you haven't taken, Catherine, I think my chakra course would be excellent for you. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. My chakra course has so much in it that I found, and I'm kind of trying to now keep it for people who are already at a certain stage, because if you're really traumatized or have trouble finishing things or just not quite ready for the course, then it's not super helpful. So I think it's for people who, especially my chakra course now that I'm talking about, people who either have done a good amount of yoga, meditation, or just at a certain point where it's right for them to work with the chakras. So Catherine, I do recommend that for you. On my website, which is In the Flow of Magic. Sorry for all the ums. I'm just looking up at my tabs. If you go to my website, intheflowofmagic.com, and you go under courses, the chakra course is right there under courses. I think you definitely would benefit from that course. It wouldn't be too much for you at all. So yeah. Okay, great. Now I'm getting a bunch of questions. So let me keep going. What messes up your libido? I feel like that messes up my libido because it is hard to receive. What is hard to receive? That messes up my libido because it's hard for you to receive, so that messes up your libido. Is that what you're saying with this sentence? That it's hard for you to receive and you think that messes up your libido? How to reconnect with your body when you've disconnected because of trauma? Yeah, that's a huge question. So as I mentioned, things like yoga, right? And you had said, yeah, yoga, pelvic exercises. The yoga, I will give you a tip with the yoga. Absolutely. FYLA, fla, I don't know. Do gentle yoga, do yoga. Don't do aerobic yoga. That will not help you connect with your body. So this is a really important tip. Don't just think because it's yoga that it's going to help you. Do a slower, more sensitive kind of yoga. In the West, we have almost like an aerobic yoga that will not help you get in touch with your body. Okay. So FYLA, that's my big tip for you. If you're doing yoga, that's great. Do a gentle yoga. I would recommend for you yin yoga. Let me put it in the chat so you have how it's spelled. YIN, yin yoga. You do the poses and you hold them, and it's a little bit slower, and that's going to help you kind of process what comes up. And I'm not sure why it's not sending, you guys. I think my internet is a little slow. Yep. Guys, I might have frozen. I'm sorry if I did, because it's telling me I'm having trouble with my internet. Yin yoga would really be helpful. Hatha yoga, any type of slow yoga. Yeah. But, come for a coaching session. We can talk about what your trauma is. And aside from what I've already shared, the videos I've given you, that would be the next step. Let's see, Catherine. Oh, Alib, let me go to you. It could be. It also not just sacral. It's not necessarily just sacral. In fact, I would link, yeah, the kidneys in traditional Chinese medicine, I have two courses. I have one that talks about the meridians and reproductive health, and one that's all the chakras. So they're two different courses. The low back pain is often linked, again, see your doctor. If they don't find anything, believe it or not, it's often linked with sort of kidney meridian issues. I would ask you, Lib, do you have a lot of fear, or have you had a lot of fear in your life or lately? So sometimes it's not muscular. It's actually, again, this is in holistic systems. They make a connection. Western medicine doesn't see this yet, but they make a connection with the kidney energy being potentially just a little bit drained. And it could have to do with a lot of fear, a lot of stress, and a lot of fear in your life. So Alib, I'd love it if you would let me know. I'd be curious about that. So yeah, let me know if you're still with us. I'd be curious about that. For example, I'll give you a quick, the thing now where Western medicine is very much about the gut and gut health. 10 years ago, you didn't hear about that. You didn't hear about gut health and even its connection to your brain. Now it's all over. If you read Western news, Western medicine, it's now a thing. Ayurveda and Chinese medicine said that always. They said from centuries ago, your gut health, they linked it literally to intelligence, to your ability to think clearly. And so again, the West is just discovering that because the methods they use are sort of cellular and the technology now to see it. While a lot of these systems that I talk about, they observed it, like they would make connections based on outside observation, meaning they didn't have microscopes. Yeah, they weren't cutting into people to see it. They would correlate things. So yes. Glass moon. I guess I was just be saying the wrong. Yeah. Not sure on that. So if I skip a comment, it's because I'm not really sure. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. And then Catherine, you said, I propped up my legs on pillows to let the blood flow to my stomach and womb and meditated on them, relaxing. Yeah. Catherine, check out the womb meditation I have. It's really good. It's doing really well also as a video. I think more women should be watching it, but because it starts slowly, because it does a full body relaxation, people have such a short attention span that they don't understand. It literally is a lack of understanding, because you can't relax your womb and your tummy area if your whole body isn't relaxed. I'm not saying that to you, Catherine, because I'm sure you get it. So I lead off, you guys. So do watch this, do this meditation, this relaxation. It's wonderful. I relax the whole body. Then we zoom in once you're deeply relaxed, and we relax the whole womb area. So that's helpful just for reproductive issues, for like wanting to get pregnant and having like tension and stress. Check out that womb relaxation that I did. It's really, really good. And like I said, it's doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well right now. Let's see. Catherine, yeah, let me see your comment. Researchers are looking at gut innervation as a location to look for early signs of Parkinson's. Yes. Oh, you did finish your PhD. Congratulations. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Yes, right, because it's summer, right? And I think you were going towards, so you finished. Congratulations. Everybody, give her a congrats. Give her some kudos in the chat. To finish a PhD is serious, serious business. Dr. Catherine O'Neill, that's wonderful. So much work you have to put into a PhD. That's fantastic. I just went up to the master's. I did not do a PhD. I didn't have enough interest in anything to study that long under in an academic setting, I should say. I just was not feeling going for a PhD. Yes, exactly. No, it's tremendous. And so this is why antibiotics have a negative impact, and it's still not seen yet, because by killing off gut flora, they affect the gut flora. So Western medicine is like a machine gun, or it's like it's like a bomb. Western medicine is like a bomb. You throw it and it does kill. It kills everything. And so they're going to be, hopefully we'll see that the issues with the antibiotics, and doctors do talk about, oh, you've got to maybe, you need to take some yogurt now, or it's these more holistic systems like traditional Chinese medicine already see the connections. If those could really be woven in and really respected in Western medicine would leap way ahead, because what it's doing is it's almost rediscovering things that are already discovered, rather than sort of saying, they're saying this, why don't we study that and see and like find it, rather than having to go blindly discover it and then say, look, we discovered it. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Yeah, it's an arrogance, I have to say. It is an arrogance. You guys may want to know that the World Health Organization has now acknowledged traditional Chinese medicine as a kind of a medical system that is at least worthy of respect. I haven't read the whole thing, but it's just saying, look, this exists. This is a system. It has some efficacy. Let's just give it, they're not saying it replaces Western, but this is the World Health Organization. And it's kind of a big deal because this is fairly new, I think. Yeah. Congratulations. She is going to be doing wonderful things out in the world that we may not see the ramifications of for 10 or 20 or 30 years, but it's going to be really powerful. Yeah, you guys. Nice community. Yeah, give her some love. And here, hey, autoimmune disease and yoga with Selena. Hi, Selena. Welcome, goddess. Yeah, share any insights. You're here probably. I'm gonna stay a few more minutes, but Selena, yes. Selena has taken and is almost completely done, certified with in my chakra course. And so, yeah, check out her channel, Autoimmune Disease and Yoga with Selena. It's a long title, but I love that she's giving what she's about. She and I talked about that a little bit. Yeah, so folks know, like, autoimmune disease and yoga. Yeah, yeah. Good. So she's weaving in the chakra work with her yoga training, and yeah, very proud of her. And Selena, I will be in touch tomorrow responding to your email, trying to take the weekend off. Oh, not really. Any other questions? Yeah, Selena, share how you found the chakra course. Because I was mentioning it for Catherine and any others who are serious about spiritual growth. And yeah, like I said, I think it's for people who have done some spiritual practice and who are ready to actually do the practices. It's a long course. I go into each chakra and like ways to work with it. There's journaling, there's practices to do. So it requires you to be kind of serious. And I think it's best for, like Selena, someone who's already into yoga and who's like maybe a healer or going into healing work. That's what, yeah, Oh, I think you're talking about the yoga class specifically, Selena, because yeah, you said the class. Okay, good. I'm glad you got to watch it. Before I go, guys, if you're not a member of the channel, so subscribing to a channel just means that you, it just means you've subscribed. You're like, oh, I like this channel. Tell me when he or she has videos. If you want to join the channel as a member, you can hit the join button. You get Goddess Circle, which is for women. I had a guy join. He was great, but I said, it's basically like a little support circle every month. It is for women. So I was like, I'm sorry, this is for women. If you hit the join button, you get once a month, we do a live, and we usually have a theme. I've talked about it a lot before. You can just read about it. I prefer if you become a member on Patreon, and I'll put that up. Patreon, let me give you a banner for that. Yogini Kala, my sort of yoga name, Yogini Kala, is how you could become a patron or a member of the channel. And the other thing you get is I'm doing once a month a live yoga class. So I just did it yesterday and I record it. And we did hip openers, and it was just a nice class. So those are the two main perks, or other littler perks you get if you become a supporter of the channel. And it starts at like $3.99 a month. And of course, there's a lot of free content on my channel that is available. Oh, somebody's calling me. That is available to all. Yeah, I think that would be wonderful. I'd love to have you in it because, like I said, I really am limiting it to folks who are ready for it. I've had like many online courses. People sign up, and it's very common people don't finish a course. That's super common. That is nothing to do with the course. Like, completion rates of online courses, you guys, are really low. So I'm really, with the chakra course, realizing it's for people who, like Selena, they come from a yoga background or healing, Reiki, herbology. They already have that and they're serious. And that's like Gigi. She's not here today. Gigi also it took the certification at my chakra course. She's trained already in yoga and wants to work with moms. You guys might have seen I featured her on my channel. I don't think she's here today. So it's more for people who are looking really for serious spiritual growth, not just like, oh, I'm into the chakras, because they won't benefit from it. Yeah, thank you, my love. Yeah, what's for women only, Glass Moon? Yeah. I mean, you can, yeah, the yoga isn't for women only. Like I decided, I mean, the yoga, but the goddess circle, I know everything definition is changing, but goddess circle, yeah, I just wanted it to be a women's support group. Typically, I will either lead a meditation or a deep relaxation, and then we talk about a particular theme. So that's what it is. You don't have to be dressed up. You do not have to be in goddess outfit, because I'm just not, we just don't get that fancy. That's why I called my yoga sweatpants yoga. So you can be a member. You absolutely can be a patron. And this is what I said to the guy who had joined. You can be a patron, but the goddess circle isn't really the right place for you. You can take the yoga and any other perks, and thanks for the support, of the channel. But it was just that the goddess circle was for women. That was the only thing. So Glass Moon, I don't know. I really can't tell from your photo. I'm not clear. I don't know who I'm talking to, so I'm not sure. Well, my girl can do it then. Yeah, Glass Moon. Uh, okay, yeah. Just give me, it's hard for me because I'm talking and then I'm trying to read separate comments. So if you could put what you're saying in one comment, it would be easier. Are you asking me, my courses are aimed at women. So the chakra course, yeah, I say women in it a lot. I mean, a guy could take it, I suppose. And the sexual energy alchemy, I aimed for women. The images are of women. There's a uterus picture. I mean, so yeah, I'm not sure which you're asking, but so yeah, you thought it was for women only, but be specific. What exactly are you? It what? And my girl can take it, can do it. What it? The course or? Yeah, the yoga class. I decided it's just open. It's just yoga. But the goddess circle is just for women. Yeah. And then my courses on the start time. Yeah, no, there's no specific start time. It's open for enrollment now. There are different levels. I think I had a complete self-study level. Yeah. Then there's a couple of levels, Catherine. You can reach out to me if you have a question. That's probably best. Oh, Glassman, yeah, the yoga. No, if you're a member, you can come to the yoga. And you want to, you can come to the yoga. It's once a month and it's for members. And so then I send out the invite to members. They'll see it either on Patreon or they'll see it on YouTube. Yeah. I just decided that the yoga could be open. The support group, because women sometimes have had specific experiences. So that was aimed at women. But yeah, also a lot of people are patrons and they don't come to class. They just want to support the channel and the work that I do and the free videos, because that's really what being a member or a patron, it just really makes the channel more sustainable. Because as I've said in a previous video, it takes me about 3 hours to make a video, 3 or 4 easily. And then I was watching this other woman, oh gosh, I won't mention her channel, and she, I think first of all, she's using a really beautiful camera, and that's fine. She said it takes her 14 hours to make a video. And I was like, I literally like 14 hours. So I thought 4 hours was long. I was like, oh my God, it takes me so long. And she said 14. And I was like, okay, I think I need to stop complaining. So yes. Let me look at, thank you. How to heal from that stress and fear. So yeah, the chakra course, you can start at any time. Enrollment is open. It's on my website, In the Flow of Magic. And there are different levels. There's actually the certification level, which Catherine, I think would be great for you. Check it out. It's funny. I had asked, yes, Selena. I don't know if Selena's still here. Selena says, yeah, I came across you on YouTube. I was in a healing stage and I was in a journey. Yes. We're all on a journey. We're absolutely all on a journey. And now you're sharing, Goddess, you're sharing your wisdom. which is fantastic. Fantastic. So yeah, I will definitely be in touch with you. Selena, could you, if you're still here, could you share in the chat your thoughts just on the chakra course for Catherine? She's thinking of taking it. And because you are completed and going to be certified, maybe you can share with her here. If you're still here, you might not be. Let's see. Any last questions? Reproductive health? Mm-hmm. Yes, and also it does provide structure. That's actually a really good way to put it. My chakra course, again, going through each chakra in turn, in depth, it does provide structure. So it's for folks who want that. If you just want haphazard, take here, take there, you can just, go around the internet grabbing stuff. But this is organized. This is all my knowledge from, 20, 25 years put together. And I will be continuously upgrading it. So yeah, it's a great course. Let me see. Any last questions or comments? All right. So I've been on for about an hour. So yeah, I think I'm going to go. I did definitely answered some wonderful questions like Marissa and Catherine had, FYL, DM. Hi, DM. I don't know if you asked a question. That's okay. If you didn't have one. Let's see. Bevlin was here. Alib, yes. Alib, so yeah, I'm sorry. I should also, some people tell people to put a Q. I probably will start doing that so I can just see if it's a question or if it's a comment to somebody else. Fear. Oh, yes. A lot of fear and stress. Yes. With the back pain. Got it. I'm sorry. Now I had to connect it back to the previous comment. Yeah. With the low back pain. So work on stabilizing your living. If you're don't focus on the chakras as much as really focus on getting the 3D stuff in order, stabilizing your living situation. Right? Your diet, getting like regular meals, regular sleep. That's why I always tell people the chakras are like a higher level. So yeah, work on just get your basic meditation, get everything stable. And that's what's going to help. Yeah. The low back pain is very likely linked to that, literally to the stress. So I'm so sorry you're going through that. Do gentle yoga also for you. Yeah. Do gentle, yoga, do relaxation. That's going to help because your body is like in a fight or flight response. And so do things that calm your body down. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. All right, my loves, I'm going to go. And I think this is a nice time to end the broadcast. Thank you so much for sharing. And I am available one-on-one to work with you. So just head on over to my website, which is intheflowofmagic.com. And I named it that years ago because I truly believe we can live in the flow. And I just like that imagery that the idea is to align with the energy that is there, not try to they said there's a Native American saying it's something like it's helpful to go in the direction the horse is running, like go with the flow. And then we can kind of maneuver, but the flow is there and we want to be in harmony with it. Yeah. Marissa, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks, Catherine. Thanks, Glass Moon. Thanks everyone who was here. Mwah. Ciao. Bye-bye.